How are you all doing? Welcome back again. We're back again. We're keep coming back, so we do with all this football content. And this week it's the usual. It's the Premier League recap. I think we're all ready for this one. We're kind of getting a bit used to it now, at this stage. So we're just gonna go straight back into the routine. So we are. We're gonna go straight in with a bit of Man United Everton. This was a game that United were probably thinking they could get back on track after getting whooped by Man City. But not in my opinion. Wait till you hear what I have to say about this one. We had Ole Gunnar Solskjær speaking during the week about, the current state that Man United is, and they really are just an absolute state. I think he was actually referenced one thing that stuck out in my mind, in my mental, was he spoke about how the players are always on social media, listening to that outside noise. So you can only imagine how they are right now with, all the rumours about Ten Hag going, and there seems to be another manager linked to the job every other week. I think last week was it De Zerbi. Potter's name was thrown around for a while with the United job. Hansi Flick was a man that I heard a lot about recently. So I think United are going to bottle it. Funny enough, don't rate Everton at all at the moment. Actually, funny, they went on a bit of a run themselves, but now just going back down into form as we go into March as well now, guys. Just remember, this is the crunch end of the season. And in this early kind of kick-off for Saturday, be careful when you're having your breakfast about this one. This is a 12:30. I'm not going to predict United lose because they did get whooped against Man City, and I think they just get a bit scared, when the game after they get whooped. It's a bit similar when Liverpool bet them, but no, I'd say this would be a 2-2, a 2-2. An unexpected one, all the same though. Next game, we're going to go straight into it. Bournemouth, Sheffield United. This is one that nobody cares about, to be honest. But I'm listening. I'm going to review it for you, tell you what's going to happen. Sheffield United, I really think that was the most predictable result. A lot of people were asking me, thinking I was crazy, saying Arsenal would beat them 6-7-0. I think I said 7 in the end. It was 6-0. People thought it was crazy. On form, I think that was probably the easiest thrashing you can ever predict. Do you know? That was absolutely easy to say. People were trying to register me into mental hospitals, I think, with what I was saying about them. I think, no, that was a really, really easy result to predict. I think they're going to continue to lose. I think Bournemouth, never a team that's going to danger anybody, probably not even reach mid-table, to be honest, Bournemouth, but they look a pretty nice, satisfying team to watch under Andoni Iraola. And I think that's going to continue. Dominic Solanke up front looks on fire. I think he's going to score a brace in this one. It'll be 2-0 Bournemouth. Nice comfortable win for them. Sheffield United are as good as down now, really. Especially after last week. I think that really was just the nail in the coffin for Chris Wilder, You like to think he can get a new manager bounce. No, not happening with Sheffield United. And I actually think they'd be better off just sticking with Wilder for the championship. He is a bit of a club legend there. Stick with him if the Sheffield United board are listening to this. Speaking of new managers, we got Crystal Palace against Luton. Roy Hodgson, I didn't actually mention it in my last video. Last video was one of the few videos that I didn't actually mention Roy Hodgson. He's finally gotten the axe. He's finally gotten the sack over his head. He's gone. Probably sack over his head and bought into a nursing home, I'd imagine. The poor guy's getting old. He's getting on in life. There's a new manager bounce going on at Crystal Palace. If that didn't happen, I'd be pretty confident of Luton, actually. And I do actually really am. I'm really rooting for Luton at the moment. I think I really want them to get out of the relegation zone. And I think they can only do that with Ross Barkley. If he continues his magical form in the centre of the park, he really is brilliant. So strong in there. He looks amazing. I don't know, is it because the players alongside him aren't so good and he just looks great? He just looks so good, Ross Barkley. So I'm really looking forward to watching him now whenever I watch Luton play. And for Crystal Palace, Luton now, I'm going to be predicting... I'm going to go with Luton. I'm still going to back them. I'm going to go with a 1-0. A bit of a scrappy one. I remember the previous result, it was 3-0 Luton even. Don't think it's going to be that convincing this time round, especially with Oliver Glasner now at the helm at Palace. He get a bit of reaction at the start. He's not going to be too bad at the start. But I don't particularly rate Palace, so I'm really backing Luton for that one. Speaking of teams that I back, we're moving on to Fulham. What did I say last week about Fulham? Just literally, you can pause the video now if you want and go back, make a cup of tea and go back and watch the last video. Honestly, I'm giving you the time now to do that because I predicted Fulham to beat Brighton and Hove Albion 3-0. And I also predicted Rodrigo Muniz to play well. To look out for him is what I said, if you want to be specific. Yeah, Fulham did beat Brighton and Hove Albion 3-0, and Rodrigo Muniz got a goal and an assist in that bloody game. So you can call me a football expert, that's your words, not mine. I'd never insist on myself being a football expert